Okay, good morning. What? Oh my, look at that. What is that? What is that? Wow. Oh, wow. What is that? Oh, what is that? What is that? Okay, Anneke, what is that? What is that? Okay, I know that there's a light on my camera, or that's like the camera, the lens. See how there's like a shape? It's my phone. That little dot is the reflection of the light bulb in my phone, but why does it cause that shape? And I knew she wanted me to record because look at this. Whoa. Okay, and I'm just gonna call this Nana Anna because I've identified that tells me Nana Anna is confirming that she's present with me. Although I had a ton of fun with the Morrigan. Hi, my name is Kelly, and I channel my spirit guides, my Holy Spirit, my higher self. And somehow, when I learned how to do the shamanic journey, Jan Englesmith, my teacher, was like, what's your intention today? And I was like, I just get to choose whatever I ask my spirit guides about. I just choose an intention and then I can go journey the spirit realm. And I was like, well, it's unlimited what I could ask. I could channel anything. I want to go talk to that person. Then you choose a spirit animal or a human type spirit, like an angel or an ascended master or something. And so when I went into the ascended master, I was like, who's my spirit guide? Who? I got a bunch of animals first, and then I went up and did the human ones, and I was like, well, I could just talk to all of them and see who resonates. So I still do that right now. And who do I choose to talk to, identify as my Holy Spirit, as my higher self? They're archetypes. Every single human and entity in history is an archetype. And they fall into categories of bigger stories around archetypes. So the world is a hologram, and there are tiny little worlds that are dense, that have concrete definitions. And then in the hologram, there are bigger circles that are more like less defined and less physical. There's like tons of birds around right now. And like a bumblebee, like all of a sudden. So, Nana Anna, I'm gonna let you talk. You're clearly asking for the microphone here. Okay. Dear Kelly, thank you for recognizing and being available to be a hollow bone for these messages. Dear, we trust you because your heart is pure, because you have proven. We're watching you all, okay? Just like Santa Claus. We're watching you guys all the time. And when we see that you are ready for more, we bestow it on you. And we're watching those of you that are hungry for the truth. So hungry for the truth that you're willing to look at your own faults. You're willing to take responsibility for your own obligations in life, however they came upon you. You know, sovereignty. We're looking for you to be ready for sovereignty from anyone else telling you what to do, anyone else taking care of you. Because there's a part of your curiosity for the truth that's also looking for guidance and protection from Source Creator. Okay, your source, your creator is truth. It's your origin, where you came from, just like a baby, just like a human. The things you experience as a baby are the most normal things you can think of. So the environment that you're born into was programmed to shape you in a way that that's your normal. Because having that be your normal with the contrast of your adult life, which was programmed to be the way it was, the contrast between what your childhood normal was with what your adult lifestyle is, leads you to have opinions about your experience on this planet in this lifetime. The contrast that you experience in your life from where you are a second ago to what you're looking at around you right now, that contrast is offered to you so that you can ask yourself who you are now. Who are you now that you've experienced these two options, these two contrasting timelines that you have to choose from, because they're not exactly the same. So in the decision-making process that's happening every second, split second, every split second you're making a decision. And we're looking at how you make that decision. We are watching kind of like your aura expands when you're in your joy. Your aura expands. So we're watching your guys' aura to see who's contemplating their joy, because that's in the direction of bliss. If you focus on what makes you joyful, you're focusing on what makes you blissful, you're focusing on your highest frequency timeline, which is integrity with source. But you don't recognize it. And there's all kinds of we've been saying programming. But what programming are false messages in your periphery that are distracting you from your highest timeline. So in order to focus on your highest timeline, to manifest it as quickly as possible, you have to have boundaries with what does not resonate with you. Okay? You have to recognize the lies that you maybe grew up feeling were normal. That's why it's challenging. That's why you have to dig. That's why you have to effort. That's why we put you through the 40 days in the desert and the dark night of the soul and the tower moments and the heartbreak. And we ask you to make sacrifices, because we want you to be sure that you're choosing God. We want to make sure, because you have to have free will to choose God. When you step out of this matrix, there's no coming back in. So play as long as you have any ounce of desire to be here. Play. Because once you're out, you're out. Okay. All right. So, you guys want things to come quickly. Okay. Kelly's like quiet for 3 seconds and she knows people are getting antsy and they're going to skip through. They're going to swipe through. Well, we are inviting you guys to slow down and allow your brain to be unproductive, because if you're constantly consuming, that's a very yang behavior, to eat. What humans need to balance out and evolve by not going in the same direction because it's not working for you, you're gonna have to slow down, do nothing, close your eyes, block out the world, take a nap, okay? And observe. And don't choose right away. Observe. And we're not talking about shopping. We're talking about, like, don't observe what you want in the world, whatever. We're not asking you to make vision boards. We're asking you to sit and close your eyes and feel. Observe what you're feeling. Observe texture for as long as you can. Less doing, less consuming, less less looking outward, more looking inward, more just being, more silence. Okay? We're not going to go past this message, Kelly, until you get it. Okay? You want to grow your YouTube channel. It's not because of optimization that feels exhausting to you. That's not the direction you're going to go. You're going to heal the karmic lessons you have to heal so that you shift to a different timeline where abundance just shows up. You're going to unlock the key to the views that you want and the comments that you want to reply to. You're going to unlock that floodgate when you meditate and feel to the degree that we need you to be at. We need you to be able to be comfortable in the stillness, just listening. Because if you can't listen long enough, you're not going to get the subtle nuances of that higher timeline. They're only subtle at first. When you sit with subtle energies, this is the same with art or wine connoisseur or whatever. When you're a connoisseur of something, once you spend time with it enough to like understand the subtle hints, those become obvious, and then there are a new layer of subtle hints above that. That's why age gives you so much depth, because you get the big major themes of life and then you take them to the next level and you spiral up with wisdom. Well, that also happens with your lifetimes. You spiral up with wisdom every single time you're born. You have an experience again and again and again, and you take in more of this third dimensional structure and you understand it better. Okay, Kelly? We want you to do 15 minutes silent meditation. Okay. And then, yes, we can talk about the next stages. But right now, we don't want you to keep grasping for success in the 3D. We want you to understand that this feeling place is really where all the 3D success is going to show up, because 3D is residual from what you're thinking yesterday. Today, what's physical is residual from yesterday, and the reason it looks a lot like yesterday is because there's a lot of momentum in that direction. So if you want to change your reality and you want to be flexible, mobile, elastic, mutable, like that astrological type mutable, where it can change, porous. Okay, we want you guys to be fluid with change, because you might want to change directions really quickly, and if you're physical to change directions quickly, it takes effort, takes planning, takes prep. But if you're more fluid, you can change directions. That's how spaceships move. They don't struggle. They're fluid. Okay, there's plasma. Plasma light is kind of the fourth dimension. It's between light and physical. Plasma light. It's slightly physical from light. Kelly, meditate on your plasma body. And so it is. Namaste.